Hey guys, this is Steggy from MLG Pro, with a video review on the Astro Gaming A-Star headset. The Astro A-Star is the newest headset to join Astro Gaming's arsenal. The A-Star enters Astro into a market where only a handful of companies have tread so far, IEM headsets for gaming, or earphones for gaming. With the only competition being the Razer Moray Plus, the Sennheiser PC300, and the Edge GX100 and 400, how does the A-Star stack up? Well, keep on watching to find out. Priced at $79.95, the Astro A-Stars come out into the race with a bold design that's reminiscent of Beats by Dre earphones, and it comes with a lot of features. Back when I had reviewed the Moray Plus and PC300, I had wished there would be a hybrid between the two designs of them. I love the connectivity options in the Moray Plus, but the features on the cable itself were non-existent. You had the inline microphone, then the 4-pole jack where the adapters plug into. That was it. With the PC300, you had a chunkier microphone that performed much better, and you also had an inline volume control. However, there was no mic mute switch. And the termination for the PC300 was a standard two 3.5mm jacks like a normal PC headset. So there's some strengths and some opportunities for each headset feature-wise, and Astro has integrated some of those features with the A-Star headset. Right off the bat, I wanted to mention the A-Star's right angle jack. This is the first time I've seen Astro go for a right angle jack, but with the uses that this headset has, I'm glad they went this way. I've lost a couple of earphones due to cables shorting out because of the pressure that can be applied to straight-on 3.5mm jacks, and that won't happen in the case of the A-Star. The Astro A-Star headset is a 4-pole headset like its big brothers, the A30 and A40. On the headset, you have a mic mute switch, an inline volume control, a multifunction button, and a windscreen microphone. For connectivity, the native 4-pole jack allows the headset to be used with the Astro Mixamp or smartphones like Droids and iPhones. In my case, a Droid Incredible. And you can use these as straight earphones with any device with a 3.5mm jack, like an iPod or any kind of MP3 player. The A-Star also comes with a PC adapter, which allows you to use this headset for PC gaming. I completely loved this idea when Razer had it with their Moray Plus. I felt like for IEM gaming headsets, this was the way to go. The only other thing I could ask from the A-Star would be to further its library of adapters. The Razer Moray Plus comes with a PSP and DS adapter, and it would be cool if this option were made available for the A-Star in the future. Technically, if you're upgrading from the Moray Plus, these adapters are usable with the A-Star, but it would be nice if there are some Astro-made ones as well. I have an idea in my head that somewhere along the road, Astro will have like a different selection of adapters you can choose to buy separately, just because of all the different kinds of handheld systems that are going to be released, like the 3DS, or the PSP2, or the PSP phone. Another design aspect of the A-Stars I wanted to mention is its flat cable design. This was my second headset that used flat cables, and like the PC adapter I mentioned above, the second I tried this out, I thought to myself, this is the way to go for IEM gaming headsets. The flat cable design is used to alleviate users from cord tangling, and it certainly does its job with that. But more than that, the flat cable design provides a sense of strength in the cable without adding too much bulk or weight. One of the problems I noticed with the Razer Moray Plus was that its thin-gauge cable made me worry that it would be weak and not survive a decent tug if it should ever occur. The feeling is not had with the Astro A-Star. And for the cable tangling itself, I found the flat cable design to be successful. It's not like there's a protective force field that prevents any tangling from happening at all, but what the design does is prevents tangles from being a real nuisance. With thin-gauged earphones, tangling can lead to really nasty tangling and even knots, which take a while to fix. But you aren't going to get that with the A-Stars. For me, getting them from their case and fully straightened out never took me more than 10 seconds. Speaking of which, the A-Stars do come with a carrying case. Now how does this carrying case stack up between the Sennheiser PC300s and the Razer Moray Pluses? Well, I personally would put it as a tie between the A-Star and the Moray Plus. The Sennheiser PC300 case was just sort of a coin purse that you could put the headset into, and that was about it. You couldn't fit any of the accessories into there. The Astro A-Star case is a neoprene case. One side has a Velcro enclosure that can hold the headset itself, and it also has an all-purpose pouch on the other side of the case. Astro says an option for this pouch is to stick an MP3 player or a smartphone into it. I personally wouldn't go with this option because it doesn't fully enclose those devices. Astro says that the devices aren't really supposed to be fully enveloped by the case because then how would you be able to plug your headset into it? It certainly makes sense, but I just personally wouldn't go with it myself because my Droid Incredible is my baby. I spent $200 on it and I don't want anything happening to it and I don't want to risk it. I'm paranoid like that. But what I did use the all-purpose pouch for was to hold the A-Star's ear tips and its PC adapter. I like the Moray Plus case a lot because it had all the compartments for its different adapters. It would be cool to have that for the A-Star, but it only has one adapter, so it's not really necessary. And I did end up being able to fit everything that comes with the A-Star into the little case. But even saying this, you'd think that the Moray Plus case would be a peg better than the A-Star, but what I like about the A-Star that the Moray Plus case doesn't have is the little carabiner clip, so you can clip it to your belt loop or backpack, because it's just nice to have an option so your pockets aren't completely full every time you're using these cases. Lastly, speaking in terms of comfort, the A-Stars perform as well as any IEM headphone or headset. You get 4 tips, you have 1 small, 2 medium, and 1 large to ensure that you have a good fit, the standard for any IEM. To new IEM users, keep in mind that there is a plugged-in feeling when using these types of earphones, but you get used to it. And it's really worth it to get used to these kinds of headsets because that seal that they provide is really great for noise cancellation, but there is just that bit of an adjustment period at first. With all of the features now considered, how do the A-Stars fare against the competition in sound? The sound of the A-Stars is where I'm a bit torn. Gaming with a headset reminded me of gaming with the PC300s. You had a pretty open soundstage for positioning gunfire. However, in sound signature, the PC300 had rather veiled highs, and the highs of the A-Star were pretty bright, so gunshots had a little bit more extra impact. Other than the brightness in the highs, you had a nice balanced sound, and the quality seemed on par with the PC300. They both definitely outperformed the Razer Moray Plus in gaming. However, in music, the differences between the A-Star and the Sennheiser PC300 became more noticeable. When listening to music on the A-Stars, the clarity was nice, but when I had the music turned up at higher volumes, I noticed distortion in the mids and highs. I've heard some complaints about the bass for the A-Stars, but the bass is actually at a pretty nice balance, I think, as long as you're getting a good seal on your buds, because not a lot of people realize that having that seal on IEM earphones is huge for the sound that you get. But when the volume was louder for me, the mids and the highs had a tinny, almost shrill sound signature, and the sound became a little bit more muddled together. When I used the PC300, they were able to handle higher volumes without losing clarity, though with the kind of sound signature it had with the predominant lows, it was a little bit more fatiguing if you had it at higher volumes for an extended period of time. But this is where I noticed the biggest differences between the A-Stars and the Sennheiser PC300. The A-Stars still outperform the Razer Moray Plus, and if you look at the price of the A-Star fits in between the price of the Moray Plus and the PC300, so it's sort of fitting that the sound quality fits between the two as well. With everything now considered, what are we left with? I was sort of hoping for the A-Star to trump the PC300 in sound quality, but what I did find was that the A-Star comes with a quality that's quite reflective of its price. For music, you could spend $80 on a dedicated IEM earphone and have better sound quality, but you'll be extremely hard-pressed to find a headset like the A-Star with as many features as it does and the sound quality, all for $80. I would consider this a headset a nice second headset to purchase, depending on what you have already. If you don't own an Astro headset of any kind, I would recommend starting out with either the A40 or the A30 bundle with a mix amp, and then if you find that you want a more portable solution, you can then invest in the A-Stars, which retains the same amount of features as its bigger brothers and a smaller form factor. For me, I personally love taking my A30s with me everywhere, but that's if I'm bringing my backpack along, so I can throw my A30s into their carrying case and then throw that into my bag. I don't like to bring my A30s places if I don't have an easy way of carrying them. This is where the A-Stars come in very handy, because while I could clip them to my backpack, or put them into my bag, I could also clip them to my jeans or throw them in my pocket. So that's the use that I have for them. It always depends on your uses though. But if you're looking for a pair of IEMs that'll retain audiophile sound clarity as full-size headphones do, you should look into a straight IEM earphone rather than a headset kind of IEM. But if you desire a headset more portable than the A30 or A40, but don't want to sacrifice the features like the multifunction button, the inline microphone, etc., then I would not hesitate in recommending the A-Stars. So that'll do it for my video review of the Astro A-Star gaming headset. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like it, and subscribe. And if you aren't following me on Twitter already, follow me at twitter.com/mlgstecky. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you later.